Today, it's a very complex world, and every community and every county has a different set of regulations. They're not the same. You can't deal with them the same way. The application of my skill sets to assist their skill sets is really a nice match.
So I have a couple properties that Michael English was able to help me determine what could or could not be done with the property. One's a retail property in Carrollwood, and the other one's an industrial property in the airport area. So two totally different types of properties, but both have wetlands, one more so than the other. So with the one in the airport area, I had a couple parties that were very interested in purchasing it if they could expand the building and build on the wetlands.
I knew how to do basic research about wetlands and how you mitigate wetlands, and other kinds of research about zoning issues that might affect the property, about redevelopment issues that might affect the property. And that sort of research isn't really difficult for me because I've been doing it for clients all of my career.
So Michael's information and research did help, because instead of tying up the property thinking it was going to close in 2 or 3 months during the due diligence period, they would have then found out themselves that, hey, this property won't work because we can't build on the wetlands. So Michael was able to save time and also not tie up a property where then I can still actively market it and find the right buyer for the property. And then Michael was able to help me also with the retail side I have in Carrollwood. Similar situation to the industrial. It's not as large of a property, but it's a great spot in Carrollwood, right on Northdale Mabry, right near Limbaugh, where everybody has had serious interest in this property just because of the location. It has a smaller amount of wetlands to it, but we've had a ton of interest from companies that would be interested in putting like an Arby's drive-through, where they did specifically need a certain amount of square footage, and because of the wetlands, they determined they weren't able to put, it wasn't large enough to build what they needed to. So again, this helped not tie up this property as well with someone that's not the right buyer.
When you begin looking at a piece of property for a client, or you're discussing listing a property with a client, or you have a client that wants to buy property, it's absolutely essential that you undertake the level of real estate research necessary to ensure no hidden surprises. I mean, the worst thing in the world would be to have a client buy a piece of property that didn't work for their needs. I mean, that's a terrible outcome. So Dikman Company doesn't let that happen.